Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, viewers of the channel of the Candle of Islam. I would like to draw your attention to a very important topic, and that is the payment of zakat and sadaqats, and to give charity to the needy people, to the poor people, particularly to the orphans and widows of our society. And sadly, we see people accumulating a lot of wealth and going after earning more and more money and living in spacious, luxurious houses and buying expensive cars and spending money on all sorts of stupid things, and which is really very sad. But Allah encourages us to spend money on the needy people, on poor people, and that's a very important element. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Quran, مَثَلُ الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ أَمْوَالَهُمْ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ كَمَثَلِ حَبَّةٍ أَنبَتَتْ سَبْعَ سَنَابِلَ فِي كُلِّ سُنبُلَةٍ مِائَةُ حَبَّةٍ. That a person who is spending money in the way of God, his example is like a grain from which 7 years they came out, and in every year there were 100 grains, so a total of 700 grains were given in return. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has multiplied our one grain 700 times. So if you spend money in the way of Allah, for Allah's sake, so you get 700 times return. So that's enormous. That's a great investment. Whenever we go to a bank and ask for a loan, and any bank or anyone who is giving us loan would like to see the loan being paid, being given back in as quickly as possible, and also the bank would like to see the loan being invested in very good projects, in fruitful projects. So Allah has also given us a project, and the return is 700 times. Usually in industrial projects we get a return of 5%, 10%, but Allah is promising to give us 700 times return, so which is a great investment. So, but provided that our hearts should be filled with faith, with complete faith, in order to understand this verse. And what Allah is actually promising is a very big thing. I actually remember a hadith of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam at this time. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that when Allah created the earth, it started to tremble, it started to shiver out of fear of God. Then Allah created mountains, and because of that the earth came to rest. And when the angels saw this, the angels were very curious, and they asked Allah that are the mountains the strongest thing you have ever created? So Allah replied, no, I've created steel, which is much more stronger than the mountains. The angels asked again that, have you created a much more stronger thing than steel? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replied, yes, I've created fire. The angels asked again that, have you created a much more stronger thing than the fire? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, yes, I've created water that extinguishes fire. The angels asked again that, have you created much more stronger thing than the water? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, yes, I've created the winds that take water from one place to the other. The angels asked again that, have you created a much more stronger thing than the winds? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, yes, the charity that a person gives for the sake of Allah is much more stronger than all of these things, and the charity has got the power to win God's favor and lessen God's anger. So this is an excellent hadith of our beloved Prophet, and it trains us, it inspires us to give charity, sadaqats, and to win God's favor. Because though these things, steel, water, winds, mountains, they're very strong, but they don't have the power to win God's favor and go away from God's wrath or anger. But the charity and the money that we spend in to win God's favor has got the power to to win God's favor and lessen the fire of His anger. So I would encourage all of you, all of my viewers, to spend for good causes and to help the needy people of our society.